Da-na-na-na-na, black screen, da-na-na-na, black webcam, da-na-na, everything is dark, da-na-na-na-na. What's up, guys? Give me one sec, please. One moment. Ha 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 ha. OBS virtual camera reveal to me. Yeah, there they are. Mix America. Anyway, what's up, guys? Coffee delivery has not come in. I didn't have time to go get anything or money to do that with, so it's gonna be a pretty low energy stream, but we're still gonna start with a nice motherfucking 30-minute animation. That's what I'm talking about. Oh no. Um, One sec. Just making sure the tablet is visible. How you guys doing today? Dupe. Come on now. Correct. Correct. Perfect. Okay. Got that, we got that, we got 2 out of 3 of the things that I wanted to do set up. Tired but hanging in. You're among good friends, good company. What's up? Hey, you're finally uh that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, let's get a little vivacity via playlist right about now, motherfuckers. Alright, I'm gonna just shrink this down real quick, get it back to the level that I wanted it to. Diddly do. Is this shuffled? Yeah, that'll work. That'll be cool. You are trying to cross the border, right? You have an idea for today? I don't. Lay it on me. Any ideas for my 30-minute animation? Vote now in the chat. Vote now in the chat. Do it or else I'll be really cross. I won't actually. I have no capacity to be cross. Cross counter. Alright, let me do this. Get this up in here. Is this the one? This is the one. This is the matrix. Oh, it's small. Hey, man. Hey, man. Stand up for yourself. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl, yeah. I'm gonna hide that. Get the fuck out of here. You get the fuck out of here, yeah. Alright, perfect. Excellent, wonderful. Okay. Walked right into that Imperial ambush. Same as us. And that thief over there. You'll never take me! Red Panda doing a Gangnam Style dance. Uh, Anteater eating a pumpkin. Aw, what about the eternal Instagram macaroni? I have no idea what that is. In honor of the Anteater's birthday, she was snoozing through. That is cute. Could put a blackface on it. It will give you an existential crisis. So I wouldn't advise it. Thanks for the caution. What's up, I Animal Tai? Outstanding to see you. Everybody in chat, welcome, welcome. Last time on the 30-minute animations, we did Momo eating a little barbecue skewer. He's pretty happy about it. He's a big fan. Alright, let's get a new fucking thingamathing right here. All of shape shifting into a burrito, like Animorphs style, but a burrito. That I can kind of see that one. I might do that one. Every time I interact with the laptop in any capacity to like click on something or whatever, it jiggles the webcam because the webcam earthquake is for some reason there's no clip or anything. It just has like a little weird like weight and like it like sits on things and it sits like gyroscopically, which theoretically could make it more stable, but because I'm always wiggling and jiggling, it doesn't do me many favors. Sorry about the shaky cam. Anybody who is sensitive to Cloverfield style filmography. There we go. It's a little better. All right, folks. Yeah, let's do olive shapeshifting into a burrito. We love olive. All right, let's fucking go. Let me know if you guys can hear that. Can you hear my yas and stuff? Yeah, sounds okay. Yeah, all of emotes. All right. Follow Skinny Pig Games and shit. Tyler Corn Piggy and Annie Ruby's channel. They're great. Do it. Do it for black. Do it for them. Do it for lesbians. Hold on a second. The eternal blender macaroni folds over and over in a circle, and the IG account posts it daily. Really? Is meme. Interesting. You do not join bandwagons. Oh, of course. How silly of me. Animort, the #1 anti-bandwagon joiner. Now I got a stopwatch. It's on my watch. Oh, don't fade away. Don't fade away, please. Wait, how did I make it dark? That was cool. Oh, good. Yeah. You can't see it, but it's a stopwatch anyway. This might actually work even better. I forgot I could do this. All right, all of shape-shifting into a burrito. Let's go. How many frames can I put in this shit? Oops. Just gonna have to factor that into my time. Dog looks so bummed out all the time. It's great. Also, guinea pig emotes. Yes, it's a perfect reason. Smoosh face baby burrito baby. Capturing her essence. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Little smushy face. Oh baby. Oh burrito baby. Dog sit. Dog sit like dog. Dog sit like dog. Hate the fact this song has an upright bass solo. You don't do bass solos. Don't do it. I understand you're good at the instrument, but like, keep it in your pants, bro. The acts in direct defiance of the groove. Victor Wooten. I hate the fact that the word sanction can either mean allow or disallow. Like, I have approved this, or I have banned this. You can say sanction for both. I looked that shit up. I could be wrong, but I looked that shit up and I was like, "Ha, well, okay, what does sanction mean?" I heard this phrase. Government sanctioned blah blah. Oh, okay. It's government approved stuff. And it's like, "Oh yeah." It's like biannually can either mean twice a year or once every 2 years. Same with bi-weekly. Isn't that absurd? What the fuck is English? It's so bad. I think that's good. Oh my God in heaven. I don't know what that was. We did what? 10 out of 10 subs. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'll properly thank whomever it was uh after the 30. I'm about 3 minutes right now, so I have plenty of time. Okay. Initial sketch, good. She got a funny little smooshy face. I think that's about right. She's made of dough, right? She's a squishy face baby. Very accurate. Wonderful. So this will basically be a direct example of pose to pose animation. I left my laptop plugged in overnight instead of my iPad as I usually have. Um, but because I was trying to, I finally downloaded and am stringing together the full Resident Evil 4 finale stream. Um, so that's going to be on YouTube ASAP, but I had to put it in because there were moments where I left and just had the screen. I just left the screen running like a fool. It's like, oh, that's copyrighted material probably happening in here because all that's happening is dead air and one song that's out there in the ether, right? And so it muted the audio surrounding a couple of the segments, and it's like 5 minutes or so, maybe 3 to 5 minutes of like muted audio, and I just was like, I can't release it in this state. I have to at least get rid of the muted audio. So I had to put it into fucking Final Cut Pro. I had to export them as separate highlights, and then put that shit into Final Cut Pro. And it should have been super simple, but Final Cut Pro documents take up so much goddamn space. So it ended up like taking even overnight. It still only got to like 75%, and I'm like, for why? Um, so my iPad is not as charged as it should be. I might have to end the stream a little bit early. Does Olive have a tail? That sounds stupid. Does Olive have a tail or not? I don't remember. Blue corn tortilla chips. It's so cute. Woo! Subscribe with Prime. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right. I can't remember. All right. So this is going to be pose to pose. Making this guy invisible. I gotta figure out if I can draw a burrito. That's too big. Burrito's too large. I do love a nice girthy burrito. A well stuffed, well packed burrito, if I may. I've eaten quite a few burritos in my day, but I'm not 100% sure I can convey it. It's pretty good. Because if you have it open on the end, it looks a lot more like a burrito immediately, but it's not true. It's not accurate. Okay. What do y'all think? Burrito? I think I'm gonna make this a little bit longer. That looks like a burrito to me, personally. Alright, I'm gonna do a little... Quite full of stress. She is... She tries her best. Alright, this dog. She really does try her best. Gotta do the little, like, texture. Yeah, I think it looks like a burrito. And a couple without outlines to get that full variation of texture that is commonplace among the delicious Mexican food stuff. Almost kind of looks like pizza. And he just asked Olive if she tries her best, and she sighed. Okay, that's perfect. We're about 8:45, 8 minutes and some change in. All right, so what's the midway point between these two images? You find the line in common between them, so I'm gonna make the back right here. I think I'm gonna set this to 12, just because this is a nice and gradual animation without much action. You know what I mean? She's gonna look a little bit like Moomin for a second here. It's cool. Moomin and a Groomin, but like like an animal does, not like Drake. Anyway, there's no fucking coffee in the house, dude. I was a fool and I didn't stock up on chai mix. Fucking raw dog in the stream. It's alright. See my true colors when I'm just lacking in any kind of caffeinated beverage. Oh no, this is getting very funny. The capybara looking ass. Let's see. I'm gonna make the ear turn into. Hey, look, I'm almost drawing a guinea pig right now. I thought this was Polyphia. All right, that is one animal right there. Oh, what is? Oh,
It's caffeinated. Got a shot of instant espresso in it.
thank you. I have the best wife in the world, y'all. There's some kind of beverage here that has some kind of caffeination in it, so my chance of surviving the stream just increased about 20-fold. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely am galvanized in my decision to. This is unrelated to my wife's splendor, but I'm galvanized in my decision to make find the best transitional phases from Animorphs covers and make them into emotes. Oh my god, I have to. You understand?
You love her so much, why don't you marry her?
Anyway. So I think I don't think you were present for the discussion of what I'm animating today, Moxie. Um, we're drawing. Oh, okay. It would just even if you were just a refresher for those who were spacing out or whatever. I'm drawing Olive, the wonderful pup belonging to Alicorn Piggy and Annie Ruby, turning into a burrito. It's her the natural evolution, really. She has a little tortilla blanket, and it's so accurate. Okay, got the nose. Olive, you're a good pup, good pup, Olive. You're a good pup. It's a baby dog. Okay, that needs to go somewhere. Actually, closer than I thought, even between these stages. Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, let's slow that down to 6 for now. I'm gonna move the eye a little bit further back. Kind of looks like a lop-eared rabbit right now. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Actually, maybe I should have it turning into the into that sort of like the mark right there, the grill mark, which means I should have this a little bit. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's perfect. Alright. 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 I love the. Hold on a second. Okay, we're about halfway there. I got time for some more frames. That's good. I'll take that. What is the midway point between these two? Here, whoop. Shit. Can't rush it. I feel like that's the easiest mistake to make with something like this is rushing it. And these fade in. Form of a breakfast burrito. The alliteration is just too good to pass up for the phrase breakfast burrito, honestly. And these kind of start blorbing out a little bit, you know what I mean? One more. I believe six frames per second would be threes in this context, because 24 frames per second it being the standard. 24 divided by 3 is in fact 6. So yes, this is threes. Knowing which frame rate to use when is like that's like pro shit. I'm not quite at the level where I'm like super familiar with frame rate. I just kind of vibe my way through shit at all times. Let those shrink a little bit in there. Like landing gear, burrito landing gear. And this is ease. That's the principle that we're using here. Slow in and slow out, as it is called. More classically, common word for it right now is ease. You're easing in. Basically, the density of frames increases as you get closer to the starting and stopping place of the animation. It is so goddamn important. And knowing, a case of knowing the rules before you can break them, you can also choose when not to add ease to make an animation more snappy. So removing the number of frames or the distance, you could say, between poses, making it kind of more abrupt and, pop into place. I've spent so long on so many frames just to delete them after a while because you put the overall effect of the animation first above anything else. Let's see. If it doesn't read You're an animator. Just do it again. You do this thousands of times for one project. Just fucking do it again. It's not a big deal. That's the unfortunate truth. Why this shit takes so fucking long. But God, it's so wonderful. It's my favorite. It's so fucking good as an art form, as everything. It's impossible for me to not be passionate about it because I love it so much. I'm gonna have to erase those a smidge. Oh, is that Maeve? There's a Maeve appearing. About 20 minutes, 10 minutes left. I need to put something between these two. Oh, my little baby Goober wants to come up. My little baby. Oh, 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 I meant to say. Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. It would be 8 frames per second. No, I'm just stupid. Don't worry about it. I have the coffee that I can't drink. It's so tantalizingly close, but I'm going to drink it. I just saw 8 in the chat. I was like, math, math, math. Oh, yeah, fuck. Don't ask me shit, man. In fact, let me see how it looks on. This is threes then. 8 frames per second is threes. This is going to be a fun one. Soften the already very doughy shapes. It's always the face that's like right, either like dead in the middle or like two 2 frames away for like the anamorph shit. It's just so funny. This bummer dog. Alright. Bummer dog, bummer dog. Those I need to keep around. The little mouth, little whatever those spots are called. Dog spots, whisker spots. All right, elbow is bending. Gotta have a little bit of anatomical accuracy when you're turning a dog into a burrito, right? I've heard that many times. Here we go. Little stretchy burrito dog. 23 minutes. Soften the lines there a little bit. I definitely need to do something about the nose. there. Can smooth that out with this right here. It's actually the shift between these two I need to make very clear. About 6 minutes, I think I can do that. Go. Boo-doo-doo. Yeah, I can just make this line lessen quite a bit. This is gonna be a funny one. Oh, Maeve, say hello. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. Yeah, come up. Come up. Want a Maeve on my lap. That's a baby cat. She is the best in all the land. That song's fucking great. It's just a weird time signature. It's apparently in 31. Bunch of fucking nerds wrote this, and it's great. Very hard to dance to, but holy shit, it sounds great. It's looking pretty good. There she goes. Alright. I think I need to ease that a little bit more. I got about 3.5 minutes. I can do that. I'm gonna have to make it a ping pong. There's no way around it. It's gonna go back and forth between the quantum state of being a burrito. Alright. That's what. Alright, so I'm gonna hold this for a little bit longer. Let's hold it for 4 total frames. Awesome. Alright, let's make 1 frame between these. And that should be enough, and it should have enough time with 3 minutes. Let's go. Wish me luck, chat. I know the stakes are so high. Turning a dog into a burrito. Doctor! What's the status of the patient? Little baby. I don't know why the doctor is Barack Obama. Somebody fucking get me out of here, man. Alright. I need this coffee next to me like a fucking iron infusion. I need that shit like a heart transplant. It's full of love from my wife, goddammit. It's the best coffee. Even though it's instant espresso, it's full of love and it will fill me with power. Kingdom Hearts! Fill me with the power of coffee! Long dog. Long dog. That's a long dog. Alright, those lines go here. Get down with the thickness. You mother, get up. I think that's correct. 1 minute. Ah, tits. Focus. Come on, 30 seconds. To Mars. Fuck that guy. Song's pretty good though. All right, there's 37 seconds to spare. I think we're good. All right, that's it. That's 30 seconds. You see that? 30 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, we did it, chat. Oh, I'm gonna take a little sip of this Triumph right here. Oh, oh, that's delicious. Mm. Let's just watch this loop as I drink this. Thank you, baby. Mm. This you did like a mixture of like instant coffee and like hot cocoa. Oh, it's so good. Tastes like the dark chocolate C's chocolate lollipops. There we go. There she goes. Good old Olive. Also, I'm sending that to you. I still have to. I have to polish up the line art for Jack's. Whatchamacallit, for Jack's little flopping like a fish emote. Hold up, that I did another time. Maybe I don't even fucking care. I might not even polish it up at all. I'm just gonna send it over to them so they can put their color palette on it. They got it all right there anyway. I'm gonna color this and I'm gonna send it to you, Skinny Pig Games, with love from Black. All right, so I'm gonna have to. Let's see. I'm feeling more powerful already. This is awesome. This is delicious. Thank you. Mm. Hot cocoa with a shot of powdered espresso. You know, desperate times call for desperate measures, and you made it good enough that it could be on purpose that I drink this. I might. It's delicious. God, I wish I had espresso. Oh fuck. Oh tits. While my ooh, while my iPad can't charge, I gotta plug in my stupid fucking laptop so I can finish that ding dang goddamn export. It's at 77% after like what, 12 hours more? I don't know. Oh, you get a little preview of my thumbnail that I'm making for Stardew Valley. Me and Moxie. I just slapped us over American Gothic. We are farmers. Hmm. I haven't subbed the videos with it yet, but there it is. All right. So, let me get some reference photos up on my own and we'll see what I can do. Let me go catch up because I totally forgot I didn't catch up. All right, let's see. I go way up top. The midpoints on Animorph images are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, sorry, it looks amazing. Yes, thank you. Do they have tortas at that taqueria, Alicorn Piggy? Unsure, I can check. If so, they could probably do it up right. Are you talking about mission? La mission? Regardless. Excuse me. Oh, this animation so much. Yes, hell yes. My heart at this animation. Oh, it felt that. It felt it. Yeah, Annie was saying that too. I'll never get tired of saying it, but you're so good at this, Black. Thank you. I practice hard. Many years. Olive is known for her wide array of animal noises. Only makes sense that while phasing into a burrito, she'll pass through other animal forms. Right, the capybara, the guinea pig. Hi, Maeve! Come up, you fool! Don't be shy. Fascinating. They thought I could pay you to finish this so we can have an emote. Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely 100%. Fuck, I forgot about breakfast burritos. Right? I remember the other day and I was like, oh, fuck, why haven't I been doing this? And now I can't because eggs are $1,000 and we don't have any in the house. Awesome. Better start working out, lol. Mood. I'm trying so hard to get back into shape. I'm like falling the fuck apart over here, dude. It's so bad. Who knew that playing Minecraft incessantly for 3 weeks and doing nothing else but craning your neck and holding your arms like this or leaning on surfaces with your elbows would be bad for you? Who knew? Call Olive a seafood burrito because when she lays down, her face gets flat like a tilapia. Oh, everybody needs to work out. It's the 30-something vibe. Actually, it's just the human vibe, honestly. They're like, do things! This capitalist hellscape is giving you no enrichment. We're like, we know, but I gotta do some escapism. I don't have the fucking energy for anything else. Ease. Did I miss the funny? I might need caffeine too. Oh, Ken, when you said 8, you're like, 24 divided by 3. That's 8. Maybe Bleck is making a joke that I'm not getting. It's very generous, very magnanimous of you to assume that I'm not just a fucking dingbat. A cat? A baby? You're all good. I was just not sure if it went over my head. No, no. Very generous of you to give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just stupid and can't do math. But now that I have caffeine on board, maybe I can do basic arithmetic. Yay! Andy Ruby, if y'all need these completed frames on a hoodie, I'd make great merch. Oh! Like on the front and then on the back? Olive and then a burrito, and then if you know, you know. Holy shit. Hoodie has burrito pocket. Dude. Brilliant idea. Oh my god, makes me so happy. Say that to Maeve, yes. There she goes again. Echolalia. I mean, in this chat? What are the chances? Her final form, racing through my mind. My happiness is at stake. You're playing God, Black. Doctor, you're gonna pre. I like it when they say, I'm gonna pre. Dr. Obama, vet and burrito specialist. I love him dunking the coffee. Like dunking the cookie in the milk, and it doesn't fit because the cup is too small, and he says, "Thanks, Obama." Fuck. Damn. I'm gonna pre. Danny and Arnold. That's my favorite fucking part. That's my favorite part of that whole goddamn series. Of all of the Obama quotes and everything. When Danny and Arnold, Dan is just destroyed completely. Michelle, look, they're doing an impression of me. It's hilarious. It sounds just like me. Didn't have time for this when I was president. That animation that's like, I tried to find a gif of it, but the Game Grumps animated where like, Michelle Obama, I've never been more turned on in my life. You think I can't get it up? Not so. And then like, I've never been more turned on in my life, and then she goes, fucking face. There's no gif of it anywhere, and I need it. I need it. I just learned Mike Aruba yesterday. All right, cool. We are now officially caught up. Holy cow. TBH, I don't know when I'll have the money to pay you, so definitely prioritize other things. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna charge for when I'm not going to. I'm so bad at that anyway. All right. I clicked the fuck out of that thumbnail. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Mux's art is so good too, right? Fucking character design is incredible. Love the like that one picture of just like a little establishing shot of Ico is one of my absolute faves. It's just like it's just so pleasing on the eye. This is when you're trying to a little bit like slightly looser line work, but still kind of like thick outlines and like the sort of flat colors. It looks so fucking good. But the recent style that you have that you're using for the full comic with the black shading is just like fantastic too. I love it. What's that, huh? Black, would you consider joining Mox and I in this in the yoga Stephanie's putting on? I've actually done both sessions already with Moxie. I just haven't been there for my neck and back. Yes, same. If I did not do that this morning, I would actually be in shambles right now. Truly. And he thinks it should be a diagonal down like the down the hoodie like an Animorphs cover. Yes, absolutely. I miss Kevin. Oh, I miss Kevin. Ah, that little guy. I remember. I remember now. Yes, that's just really good. Hey, why doesn't he do any more animations? Remember to read the sub alert. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, hold on. I don't know where to find that on OBS. Hold up. I think I could find it here. No. Hold on. Maybe on Twitch proper. Fucking love Anomaly. Hold on a second. Hold on one cotton picking second. Cotton picking. Everything that they said in the 50s was racist as fuck. And you need to just I should just like not ever say things that were said in the 50s. But there's some really good ones. But every once in a while you're like, wait a fucking second. That smells like racist white people shit. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go into chat and I'm gonna see the alert. Where does it say the alert that I could see? Where is it? I'm on my own stream. Wow. Here I am. How meta. What is it? What is it? You guys know that fucking song? It's by Faith No More. It's it. What is it? It's the best. Song fucking is so ridiculous. I can't find it. Somebody tell me what it said. Wait. 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 I don't know about y'all, but in my old hometown, Redwood City, where I grew up, there was this one. You know, they had those little crosswalk signs. When you hit the button, it went wait. One of them had like a really funny like wait to cross Jefferson at Middlefield, and if you hit it multiple times, it wait, 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 wait. It was really funny. Yes, please resend. Thank you. Oh yeah, let me put on the let me put on the let me put on the. There it goes. There it goes. The song is called White Room. It's by a dude named Midair Thief, and it's just so weird. When I heard it, I was spellbound. One of my favorite artists of that year. Sounds like fucking Mario Sunshine, the Ghost level, or like Luigi's Mansion or some shit. And it's like this weird like collage of like 1,000 textures. I love it. It's so eccentric. I'm really into it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Olive to burrito. Cute grumble. Translation. We can't tell you who we are, or what we live, or where we live. It's too delicious. And we've got to be carnitas. Really carnitas. So we don't salsa anyone. Because if they salsa, well, we just won't let them salsa. The thing you should know is that everyone is a burrito. Yeah. Even you. Viewers like you are burrito. Little known fact. I adore it. Yes, that is exactly what happened to me, Maxima. Thank you. Thank you for covering for my ineptitude and bafflement. It's pretty good. I'm okay with this. I'm into it. That's a deep cut. Being an illiterate chud, I have never read the Animorph book. I almost said Animorph books. The Animorph written Animorph books. I have never read them. I have only goggled at the covers and enjoyed their silliness. They're fully great and made me who I am. I heard they're really good. There's actually, I'm in the Brutal Moose Discord, which is great. It's subscriber only, but only for like if you subscribe once, you're in it forever. Like he doesn't make you resubscribe to stay there, just to get in, which was great. I used a Prime sub, which you can do here if you so desire. Help! I need money. But like, they had an Animorphs book club. They read every week. That was pretty cool. And I was very much, I've always been, like if I read a book, it must be a comic book. Otherwise, I will just play a video game because my attention span is that of a gannet, and it is unable to hold. Like my imagination's fucking incredible. I don't need to tell you that. You already know, motherfuckers. You've seen it. But like, I have no issue like when a book can get me and hook me. Like I read the King Killer Chronicles so far. Love the way dude describes shit. I love his magic systems. All like 12 of them or whatever the fuck. Pat Rothfuss. One of my favorite artists, authors of all time was Neil Gaiman. You already fucking know about that shit. I was devastated. It's one of those things where it's like, well, past a certain point, you can separate art from artist. I can't. That'd be great if I could. I'm happy for you if you can. I can't not think about horrible things that the author has done if I heard about that shit. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking bummer, dude. It's a real goddamn shame. But so it goes. Fucking love an Animorphs book. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not gonna. It would have to be a book that I absolutely fucking like am already like locked into and really really love. Like I read the first chapter and I'm like, this is the best thing. There's a couple of books on my list that are like, hey, you would love Mistwalker. I'm like, I'm probably gonna love Mistwalker. I should get Mistwalker. I've heard really good things, martial arts like Avatar style shit. But yeah, okay, good. Yeah, the Brutal Moose Discord's really nice. It's huge, but it's really chill. Sorry to close that. Anyway, I'm gonna do some actual work for once in my miserable life. Work on this commission courtesy of my good bud Elemental Dad. If he shows up in chat today, he is in for a very pleasant surprise. Would love to see him in here. Just got some reference photos on my main phone. It's one of the best fucking grooves I've heard in a long time. Ugh, it's insane. What's my fucking battery life like, man? What is it? 45? Let's go. I'm basically just gonna keep going until this shit shuts off. Because I'm not gonna like, okay, hang around while I charge my iPad, haha, because I can't stream and charge at the same time for some unspeakable reason. It just does not work. I have an adapter. It doesn't work. Got it pretty good on the sketch, actually. It's mainly for color purposes. One of the things I'm gonna... if Alicorn Piggy, if you do so desire, I guess I could call you. You introduced yourself as Naomi and shit in the chat, so I guess it's like cat's out of the bag, so to speak. Like, I want to be sensitive of it and lock it in as a habit now because I'm very bad at remembering that specific thing. Apparently, how people define themselves online, how people refer to each other, it's shit like that. But yeah, I think I decided on like 50 for animated emotes. So I could happily finish that for you if you pass me like 50 at some point. And I'm already working on a bunch of commissions this week. Like that's the main priority for my non-stream days, and in this case for stream days is to finish some commissions. So it would probably get back to you pretty quick. Fingers crossed. At some point, um, the current plan undeniably is to lean into YouTube shit. I took a little bit of a hit because I wanted to make my own music for animations, and it would be a lot. I like the assurance that my headphones are good enough to like. It's like I want this to sound as good as possible. What I've been doing is I've been setting things up to be like a radio show first, so that it works super well on its own, even if you're just listening to it, and then the animation over that, like that, the audio informs the animation completely. So I'm literally just like vibing through it, and everything that I had in my head as I was recording it, I could execute. That's the thing I'm currently doing. Um, I just have to bite the bullet and embrace the fact that the fidelity is not going to be as good as it would be if I had my good headphones. Speaking of which, not to be not to shill or anything like that, but I am very much lacking a pair of studio headphones after mine broke due to a structural flaw. Um, and so Music Monday is on an indefinite hiatus until I get those back. That is not only donations, but also commissions that I'm counting towards the goal that's listed right here. We're 30% of the way there, so better than I was expecting to have done so far. I would really appreciate anything you guys can do. Please donate. We'll bring Music Mondays back. I'll be able to work a lot more effectively on high quality animated shit, longer form animations. I got a lot of plans and a lot of obstacles in between me and them, so please, anything you can do to help. Commission me, donate, do so responsibly. Kofi is the best place to do it. And anything else that you could do, best place to do that is in Patreon, which I'll be adding more functionality to it progressively as I get more into my actual like body of work, the shit that I'm trying to put out there. But get your foot in the door for as little as $1 a month. Any little bit you can donate helps tremendously because this is my only source of income right now. I'm just a beginner streamer, so I'm not making a lot of coin. But soon. Anyway, back to Earth, Wind, and Fire. I also make Music Mondays. Hell yeah. And also just making music in general. Like I had a lot of ideas and a single I was working on. And it's just like if I recorded with these, I would. I do a lot of mixing decisions as I go, and so I'd be making a lot of decisions based on a reading that is not accurate to anything but these headphones. The monitor is like you want good headphones, right? If you don't have like a treated space, you need the studio headphones. Oh, it's cat food time. Oh hell yeah, I love that. I'm gonna grab cat food from a cat. Huh? Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you. Okay, so BRB screen time, my friends. Time to feed my baby cat. All right, stay frosty, hang around, all that jazz. See you soon. compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh. Anyway, we should definitely gather again, by the way. Paladin, the one and only. We should. Super tired after the past couple of weeks, but I'm down very soon. March is going to be great for streams too. I got a lot of really nice, fun things planned. And Tuesdays and Thursdays or the weekends would be perfect for a music hangout, a little songwriting sesh. I'd love that. If you're still here, if you took a little step away, no problem. Alicorn Piggy, okay, I'm going to the gym. Bringing chat with me. No, no, I want to go. It's smelly. No, I should definitely go to the gym at some point in the future, but I don't want to be anywhere where people are right now, so kind of puts a damper on it. Power, my pleasure, my pain. So this is an emote that I'm doing for Elemental Dad. He wanted two. He wanted one with the WTF, and I asked him specifically what the vibe he wanted was between these two, because they are different emotions on different sides of WTF. There's like a what the fuck, and then there's like what the fuck. You know what I mean? It's different. But yeah, trust me, I don't want to go either. But my ring fit is broken. That is a fucking travesty. But yeah, I wear a mask at the gym because people are gross. Reasonable. Masks are nice, man. It's so nice to just be able to be like, oh, if a child open mouth coughs right next to me, I'm okay. Probably. But yeah, my right now, my rates are pretty damn good for emotes. Um, so DM me and or use Ko-fi to hear my fees and hear my pleas because please I need monies. I miss swimming. Oh, and yeah, people are real gross. I think did you enjoy your num nums, Maeve? Are you so cute? You're such a good kitty. You wanna say hi to the camera? No, come back. No, come back. I got you, haha. Oh yes, I've got you. I did get you. Look at my little baby cat. Oh, Maeve's in the chat. Maeve's in the chat for a little Mavey Maeve. Your eye's still goopy. You little goopy eyeball. Look at that little baby. Mwah. My little baby cat. You smell like your disgusting food. She's like, yeah, dummy, you gave it to me. You stink. You're the stinky one, not me. Yeah, Maeve's in the chat. I absolutely adore her. Okay. Here, a stinky baby. She is a stinky baby. Animal are stinky. It's the circle of life, you know? It smells bad. Sorry, I'm focusing really hard, so I'm not particularly chatty, but I hope y'all are vibing with me and just enjoying working and lurking. I used to do portraits like really regularly. I highly recommend it as something to hone your skills, but it is like it's a completely different animal from like cartoony shit. They one leads to the other, like figuring out expressions and how to convey them with as few lines as possible in the cartoony styles, and figuring out how to get likenesses and different features in realistic styles. But yeah. Oh, good. It's a slow day at work, so I'm making my own art alongside you. Cheers, bro. I'm on the elliptical and I hate my life. If I do this enough, it will become fun. Do you need more energy? Do you need a more rambunctious playlist, or is this okay for you right now? 'Cause if I'm, your Walkman, as the kids call them, those newfangled Walkman radio devices, portable radio devices. Now, if I am kind of the jukebox right now, this is a very chill vibe, objectively. You might need Chapel. If you gotta load up Chapel, go ahead. I understand. I'll be here. I'll be here. Um, I could search for her. I'd be down to do that for you if that's what you need. I do like me some Chapel. I don't have her on any playlists yet. Okay, yeah, you go ahead and do that. I'll be here vibing. I think that's the most clean, low maintenance way to do it. I think I will keep that little texture that I did. How's the build in Minecraft going, by the way, Kenj? I've seen you on here and there. Been wanted to hang out a little bit more in VC and stuff, but I've been so fucking tired. Maybe I'll do that more often, like over the weekend or in a couple of days. Non-stream days, you know. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. Something's coming from West Side Story was one of my audition songs when I was actually doing like musical theater and shit. It's a good song. He said at one point he says, with a click, with a shock, phone'll jingle, door'll knock. He says, phone will jingle, door will knock, but because the only time I ever heard it was like in the production and he just kind of strings them together, I thought he was like adding like an adjective of fire to phone and door, like a phonal jingle. Ah, I hear the phonal jingle in yonder bedroom or whatever, boudoir, or whatever the fuck, or like the door'll knock. What matter of knock is it? It is a door'll knock. It's fucking stupid. I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, I had to listen to it like 4 times and sing it that many times before I even thought about it. Yeah, slow. I've been doing a lot of caving, looking for iron, and have found some goods. Tight. I love you, Yvette Young. Your shit's too slow for me right now. That's definitely not slow. That's some slapping ass slap bass. Also work under your sheriff's office. Boy, am I glad that he's in there and we're frozen out here and he's the sheriff. Have you seen that? It's an edit of Scooby Doo. It's so fucking funny. It's like straight up YouTube poop hours. I love it. I'm gonna see if I can find it and put it and check this shit out. The cat, this dude's cat is so fucking adorable. Elemental Dad's cat. It's so cute. I can't wait to get to that. Trying to hit warp speed, getting this one done. But yeah, I finally started construction on my you saw me working on my lab on stream the other day. Um I finally started working on the area um for like the main courtyard. Just a couple more buildings. I'm starting with the need of specific things and trying to make sure that each of them have a purpose. Something you haven't seen is where I put my stone cutter in my secret laboratory and I implemented it into a sort of implied like torture chamber. There's like a mechanism that pulls it up, like as a piston in the ground. It's like there's like a bed, and I got levers on either corner of the bed that look like kind of like restraints, right? And there's like two slabs, they're like stone slabs, and then you pull a lever on a wall, and it goes like it shows up, and that's where the stone cutter is. It's very morbid. I really like it. And I put the same kind of like it's like an operating table if I'm being honest. It's not like a bed. I put like the little same material slab, like not slabs, but stone blocks on the walls, and there's fences on either side of them, so they kind of stick out a little bit and have chains dangling down. There's chains all over the torture chamber. It's great. Um, this has been macabre decorating with Black. Anyway, so finally, I was making a forge in the outside area, the sort of courtyard area. Um, it's gonna be it's I just finished making the sort of rib cage that hangs over it, and it's gonna be sort of dead center in the middle of that. I'm gonna put some soul fire, maybe imply like there's gonna be my smithing station, my smithing table is outside there. And lastly, I'm gonna put an enchanting tower. Probably some other bullshit in there. I like things having their own space. I like things feeling special, like a ritual. You know, like working within the confines of, you know, of the world that like sort of speaking a similar language to what's already been established by the devs and stuff, and using that to convey scenes and shit. I've been like when I eat like garbage food for a meal, which is frequently, um, I call it. I say that I just threw another quarter in the fuck it bucket because that is what it is. I just like I don't feel like thinking about food 9 times out of 10, right? Especially when if I'm a little bit extra depressed or I'm afflicted with malaise, right? It's like really difficult to give a shit about just propelling my flesh vehicle. I'm just like I don't even want to fucking be here. Why am I gonna try to move myself forward? But like you got to concede to the tummy every once in a while. Um, and so I've been eating like for a while. I don't know if it's a neurodiver. I guess it's a neurodivergent thing. I definitely seem to fit the bill, but no diagnosis, so who fucking knows? Um, where you could just like eat one. You're like your brain has approved, like stamp approved one food stuff for every meal. If you have no thoughts or no options, and that thing is available, you can eat it indefinitely until it stops producing serotonin. Right now, for a while for me, it was hot dogs to the point of being a self parody. It's just so consistent. I think about that one image that's like it's like a trad goth, which is not like a trad wife, by the way. It's like it's like the white cake face makeup and all black, usually leather or stuff like that. Anyway, classic 80s goth. Um, and as a trad goth person who's like, smiling, and it said, "Yeah, I'm goth," and it's an acronym: Goblin on this hot dog. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 80s to early 90s goth, exactly. It's looking all right. I'm happy with this. For some reason, that expression is always hard for me. You know what I mean? Like, because you have to get the eyes so narrow in order to convey it. Like, barely open a slit. Like someone who went to a Cure concert when Robert Smith was still hot. Dude, yeah. Robert Smith, The Cure is so good though. That's the only like traditional, like 100% traditional goth band that I actively love so far. I listen to a lot of them, and I'm like, and I'm not like, no shade if this is your thing. Different strokes for different folks. I just don't. It's not my thing. 9 times out of 10, I don't really care about like old school goth music, so I don't. That's why I'm a little hesitant or trepidatious or hepatatious, as I almost said, combination of the two. Uh, to consider myself a goth, even though I do dress in predominantly things that could be considered goth clothing. I guess I'm like the in a perfect world, I'm Gomez Adams core constantly. Jewel tones, smoking jackets, nice suits, brocade, like that color palette. Raul Julia in the 90s Adams Family movies, a fucking king among men. I absolutely love him so much. Rest in peace, dude. You're amazing. Um, of course, I love Raul Julia, man. He's such a character. Bison dollars. I know I'm only quoting. I know I mentioned Adam's Family. I'm only quoting Street Fighter, but God, he was so good as M. Bison. I love it. Got to give it to him for rocking the same look now that he's a tubby old man. Oh, Robert Smith, dude, that's badass. It's honestly badass. Much respect. Much respect. Yeah. What are you sniffing, Maeve? You up to no good? She sniffed like slightly slower and had her ears tilted back towards me. She's like, "Oh, I won't do none. I won't do none." Yeah, but for a while was my safe food, quote unquote, was hot dogs, and now it is chicken bakes because uh, I ate so many hot pockets, or I guess lean pockets, as a kid. Lesser of two evils, I guess. We put ingredients in these ones. Um, but yeah, I ate so many of those fucking things as a kid. I guess it's sort of just like woven into my gastrointestinal system to like accept that as an offering. It's like, what's that? Food in a carb tube? Tight. Load her up. And so I when we got like we're like, oh, we're gonna shop at Costco. I'm like, tight. Do they have those, like, what are those called? Like, chicken melts, whatever they are, right? I guess chicken bakes. Oh yeah, chicken bakes. That's right. I had them, and I was like, holy shit! Like, it's just like a hot pocket for big boys. And I was like, this is a game changer, dude. Holy shit. So I've been munching and crunching on those. It's like I was like, oh, if I'm throwing a quarter in the fuck it bucket, let's just get another one of these fucking things and keep me afloat for just a moment longer, you know? I ate fucking two of them yesterday or whatever the hell for like breakfast and like not quite breakfast, lunch and dinner, you know what I mean? I'm just a fucking mess right now, man. I'm actually gonna have the mustache disconnected. because there we go. Yeah, disreputable food shit. I know the worst ingredient to put in any diet or pattern of food consumption is shame. So I'm just treating it like it is. I'm like, I actually did have a salad with the second one. I never eat salads. I'm like a super fucking obligate. I would say carnivore, but really it's more like a carbivore. Carbohydrates con carne. I really, really, really like bread and such. Bread is good. Bread is the one true food as far as I'm concerned. I put everything I can in between it. I eat it in various capacities. I love sandwiches. Bread is good. PSA for bread. Brought to you by Bread Voot. And like I'm just a big old fan of bread. But I ate a fucking salad with my ding dang chicken bake the other day and I was like, "Oh, you know what? That's almost a fucking actual meal." So how about that? Go. Little less exaggerated than that. Imogen Heap is so fucking cool. She made like basically a musical power glove. It's so bad. She made a musical power glove you can like use for like harmonies and shit. It's like a synth. And she's already writing. She like Frou Frou, this band, and like her solo shit. Like they people used. I think Hide and Seek was the song that they used for like a lot of memes. But it's genuinely a phenomenal song. Really, really love Imogen Heap. Mad respect to her. But yeah, she's a fucking genius. It's great. There we go. Finish your workout. Congratulations, my friend. Strong, strong, strong girl. Farm? There we go. Almost done with this, and I'll move on to a kitty cat for as long as my iPad will stay awake. Figure out the best curvature of the mustache. Sounds like a sounds like oh, I don't know if y'all can hear that. There's a smoke alarm going off right now. Uh, Let me go ahead and check to see if the house is on fire or not. All right, we're good. Nothing to worry about. Very, very finicky little smoke alarm taking a deep offense to a quesadilla being made. I'm glad. I'm glad I don't have to interrupt my stream for long and evacuate my cat from the house. Smoke alarms, I don't know if it's just the wiring in this house or what, but smoke alarms seem to be really, really working really weird and just being inaccurate or belligerent, ineffectual. And so we have to keep like taking them down, replacing them and shit. And it's just like I hope like it's not it doesn't really inspire confidence when they act a damn fool. Hi, Maeve. Come here, kitty. I love you. Go. What time is it anyway? 1:32. That's pretty good. Maeve wants quesadilla. Trying to make a fucking quesadilla because there's no fucking food and burn my arm and set off the smoke alarm even though there wasn't smoking. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Oh, you burned your arm? I'm so sorry. Is it bad? No, but it hurts. I'm so sorry. I hate you already know how I feel about burns. Like it's the most fucking annoying thing. It's like one tiny moment of like mistake or whatever and you have to nurse it for like upwards of like a week or some shit. So usually if it's not too bad, it goes away in like a couple of like it stops being as much of a problem in a couple of days, but fuck, dude. I'm gonna drink some water. That's a great idea. The Chinese burn cream. Basically fucking magic. Love it. So cool. Cheap viewer, I don't need your cheap viewers, idiot. I got some great fucking viewers already. You could suck my wingus. I hate bots. I pretend I do not see it. Okay. We ain't cheap. Exactly. I got some wonderful high class viewers over here, you know what I mean? I need no cheap viewers, no cheap imitation, probably bot viewers. I actually don't know how any of those things work. And I don't care to know. It's garbage. I hate this shit. I hate the weird dystopia we're living in. It's really odd. It's so scummy, you know what I mean? It's pretty good. I've said it before, but it is interesting designing a character. I design as many of my characters and kind of have worked out my more cartoony art style with the express purpose of being animatable while still having a decent amount of detail. Um, but like it's really interesting just how much of a difference the addition of even one line can make in the overall process of animating a character. You got to think about that. Oh, it's so far away because I'm working so far away. There we go. I'm really liking it so far. Since this is an emote, I'm not. I'm definitely like adding a little bit more detail to it um, than I would if it was just like a really say like the difference between like how I drew myself in some of my profile pictures, like on Discord, for example, or Blue Sky is the same. I think it's the same profile picture. No, I think I'm actually using the channel logo, which is me doing the Blackboot Dead Inside face. But like the difference between little black, little Dorito shaped shadow body and like a more laborious selfie is pretty high. Okay. A couple of lines to convey the fabric, and then I'm going to move on to colors. Start with this. There we go. Get some nice coverage on it. I'm gonna erase the excess. I much prefer that than I've tried a couple of different methods for laying down color, like the selector tool. You know sort of like gliding it around the outlines and then using like color fill on that space and stuff like that. It's like it's very clean, um, but it's a much less enjoyable process. And what's the point in making art if you're not enjoying the process of making it? It's, like, not to say that, making it in a professional capacity is illegitimate, just to say, like, if you haven't optimized your workflow for fun or enjoyment, there's something awry there. You haven't figured it out yet, because you should be set up for success, so to speak. You should be able to have fun and just kind of like flow through it. At least that's what's very important for me. Some different people make different art different ways, and that's something that's beautiful about the human experience as an artist. And the deprivation that like a lot of people are going to be deprived of that by putting priorities on the wrong things. Like with AI art and shit, it's like you're cheating yourself out of an incredible experience, which is the act of learning and growing. That's something that you have barked up the wrong tree to the point where you are now investing time and money in something that is false. Know what I mean? That's pretty clean. I'm into that. It should also read from a distance once it's colored. I know these are get really small. I might just shrink the frame, but we'll see. I'll make a couple of different versions of it, and I'll share those with him, and I'll see how he likes it. Uh, the aircon is making a weird noise again. God damn it. This guy right here. It's a weird day for technology. I don't know if you all have seen that episode of The Twilight Zone with Finchley. Get out of here, Finchley. You machines! It's one of my least favorite episodes, but it's funny and quotable. So it ends up being relevant a lot. It's like, uh, long story short, dude doesn't like machines and he gets irritated at them. And he calls a repairman and they're like, what? He's like, well, you shouldn't hit the machine. And he's like, I'll do it whatever the fuck I want to. Yeah, whatever the hell, right? And then, like, for no reason, the machines continue to malfunction and actively antagonize this man. And he's like kind of a callow douchebag. So, like, you don't feel bad for him really. And like the only thing that it needed, in my opinion, the only thing, we had a couple of characters that could have delivered this kind of explanation. I don't need it to be explained completely. I don't need everything to have a reason necessarily, but the payoff is it's just non-existent because everything happens for no reason and nobody learns anything, right? Usually there's some sort of, at least some sort of moral of some kind or poetic justice or something in the best episode of the Twilight Zone, or like, some kind of cruel irony. Even it's none of those things. It just happens and then it is gone, and you're like, okay, cool, that was an episode. But like, all they had to do is be like, oh, I heard that, you know what I mean? Like, there's this curse that befalls people who are rude to machines. Something like anything, any kind of like bullshit to suspend my disbelief a little bit, I would have been okay with anything. But it doesn't have a lick of reason or like rhyme or reason at all. I'm gonna go slap the air conditioner a little bit. I'll be right back. You machines! When they're all malfunctioning, I think about that all the time. It's so dumb. Anyway, I'll be back. The machine is defeated. I hit a button and I won. How you guys doing today all together? Any plans for after work, etc., etc.? I'm working on some robots for March. Oh shit, you're starting already? Nice! I should do the same thing. I was actually going to join March of the Robots this year. Cat's out of the bag now. That's what I was going to do for, I was going to do most of them off screen and some of them on Visual Wednesday. It's going to be great. So that's one of the main things I was going to do for March is join the festivities. I think it would be a nice way to get back to posting on Instagram. I might just glaze my shit this time. But I think that is going to be very nice. I'm looking forward to getting back into drawing robots. I used to draw robots all the fucking time as a kid, and now I only do it every once in a while. Started with like Armored Core shit, fan art and whatnot, but like you're gonna make a chess themed bots, but you weren't feeling it. Now I have a new personal theme and I love it. Oh, that's great. I was gonna do like the prompt or whatever for March of the Robots. There's a couple of prizes that I'm actually interested in, so I was like, hey, that's a win-win right there. Get to do some. Either way, I get to draw some fun little machines, and then I can, if I do particularly well, maybe I have a chance to get some cool prizes. Start with this. This will be the most important thing to be visible from afar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shrink the borders, I think, just to get it more zoomed in. Hey, Rabbit did it. I did it. So can you. Hell yeah. And thank you. I'm happy that you cannot wait to see my bots. I dropped it. My pencil, I dropped it. Clipping mask, baby. You already established the alpha first thing, then you could just lay down another one, and then you can alpha lock that, etc., etc. Good shit. I didn't know shit about clipping masks, etc. Because I started super analog, traditional media, etc., etc. So I'm like, I'm just doing what feels good to me and going completely hard in a very specific direction. Everything I do the same basic thing, just like that. It's like, I'm gonna go really, really like, oh, I guess this is the only way to do it. I didn't bother looking it up or anything like that. I just fuck around and find out 9 times out of 10. And someone later is like, you could have just done this. I'm like, surprise Pikachu face. But I enjoy the process of discovery, so I am not remiss for doing things very weird. I only know how to do things weird ass backwards ways. My wife Maximoth put it very well when she's like, if you give Nathan a task, don't watch them do it. They'll get it done, but they'll do it like the weirdest fucking most confusing possible way that you've ever seen. So you might be tempted to want to micromanage them or whatever, but don't do it. Just They got it. They'll just do it a really weird, circuitous, ass backwards way. I'm like, thank you for understanding. There's a method, is madness, but there is method in it. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a nice amount of understanding. Here we go. We're at about 2 o'clock. I don't know how much more battery I have. Let me double check that real quick. 32%. Yeah, you know, I'm at least going to be able to finish this, which is great. I'm glad I finally have like time to do it. Okay, let's add a little bit of. Here is. I might even go a little bit darker with this fill, and as such, darken the outlines further. Because contrast, everything affects it. Every single choice you make affects how the colors play with each other and how they seem. It's all context that you're establishing. I think the dark outlines work better for this, yeah. Gonna do some, let's go here. Let's try that. Let's try the middle. Yeah, that's better. I think that's better. Go this way. Nah. I'm very specific about how I do like sequences and stuff like that of colors, but also sometimes when I'm feeling a little naughty, I do use opacity. I do it as little as possible, but sometimes the color that I need is just between two colors and I have no choice. It's like a Mega Man X4. My fate is sealed. I have no choice. The biggest hulking fucking militant Gundam looking ass motherfucker in the world, and he sounds like a like a like a retired flamboyant PE teacher. That's like it's like a really weird vibe, but it's exactly what he sounds like to me. My fate is sealed. I have no choice. I can't tell you exactly what I mean, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to convey. He has such a funny, inappropriate voice for the he's like the size half of the fucking screen. He has rocket fists and a metal mustache. And he's just like this huge badass motherfucker. He's like, no, this is not about insurrection nor surrender. Oh, doodle doodle. It's like, bro, man, boy, that was a choice. It was actually not. I think they just grabbed whoever. Legit. There you go. Let's do this for the glasses frames. Whoops. There we go. Could probably go full black for these, but I think it'll make the black hues in the mouth and the pupils more impactful if they are the darkest points. Lead the eye, you know. Again, contrast. Does it look like glasses or does it look like a domino mask? Kind of looks like a domino mask. Maybe I'll put the little glasses thingies here. There's nothing wrong with being a phantom thief, but I want to make sure that it reads. I think part of it is the fact that his eyes are visible like this, so maybe if I had some shine, it'll work. It looks pretty good from far away, actually. Yeah. All right, let's get the teeth in there. Something that I learned from the Captain Falcon yes emote that I have is that like as long as you have your focal points reading hard from far away, it will probably still work as an emote. All right, let's add another layer of contrast to the skin. I gotta finish Hollow Knight, dude. I gotta fucking finish it. I keep starting it and just not getting very far in it. And I'm like, it's not that I don't like Metroidvanias. I grew up with some of the most touted as like representatives of the genre, being I know and love Symphony of the Night. I played it about a dozen times. I grew up with Super Metroid. I love it to pieces. One of my favorite games on the SNES, which is just a juggernaut of incredible games. And it's just like, do I just not like Metroidvanias anymore if I don't know my way around to begin with? I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I just maybe it's just because it's such a downer. Because it is. It's like, oh, what sad thing is gonna happen next to these adorable little bug people? I don't know. It's a really good game. Like I can tell, it's like super well put together. It's like really really great for me as like a 2D animator to see it hand drawn animation, however simple or effective being implemented. But like I keep picking it up and I don't get very far and I don't know what it is. I really don't. Some games just like that, man. Same with Guacamelee. Love the game. Super great. Love the art style. I enjoy the combos, everything like that. I get to a certain point and I just stop playing it. I don't know what it is. Music's fantastic though. That's all I know. There's a little opacity there. It's delightful, but I had a hard time on Hollow Knight as well. It's delightful, but I just get caught up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then stop. Exactly. I feel like what happened to me every single time I played Guacamelee, for example, is it opens up just enough and I get lost. You know what I mean? Where it's like, fuck, where it's like, like a lot of people are like, what? Oh, the game is too linear. It's like, I don't really give a shit, honestly. I just want to have fun doing my combos and shit, fighting. Not to say I don't like exploration-based games. I love Skyrim, but like keeping me on task in Skyrim or GTA or any, I don't think I played a bunch of GTA games. I've never done the main story more than a couple of things. I just like running around and like blasting shit. One of my favorite gaming experiences of the PS2 was when I was playing GTA San Andreas and I activated the flying car cheat and I just flew to every martial arts dojo and learned it and then punched the shit out of the police and then continued running and continued learning various martial arts and acquiring star ratings. It was so fucking fun, dude. Yeah, I always struggle with when games are too open. Yeah, like I didn't have a trouble with Breath of the Wild, because they really seasoned it well. Like there's a lot of shit to do when you're exploring, and you just kind of end up getting funneled to each thing. And the fact that what you're looking for are giant fucking monster like machines makes it really easy to remember where the goal is. That was smart as fuck. You're like, oh god, this giant terracotta bird is terrorizing the landscape. I'm like, I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Just flying through the sky. Like, come on, that's great. Never had a problem. Skyrim was good. I had a really good time with Skyrim. Just like you can do all the side quests and then finally you can come back around. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'm strong enough to beat the shit out of Alduin. He dies in 2 hits. You're good to go. That's a big problem with exploration based games for me. Actually, is if there's level progression, like in Symphony of the Night, or honestly any Castlevania game. I have a really hard time not trying to get everything. So I end up getting to the final boss with everything in tow, and I'm like level 80 by the time I see him, and then I'm just like, hello, father. And he's done like 1 hit, and it's just like so anticlimactic. Um, Same with Skyrim. You're like, Alduin, who? Bah, you're dead, like immediately. And it's like, how do you balance for that? Because you want people to be able to do the main story if first and foremost, right? So you can't make it too unbelievably difficult. But like, if you don't scale it in some way to your homie's progression, your players' progression, it's just like they're just gonna lay waste to this dude that you talked up for an entire campaign. It's interesting. Well, there's always a quest to do in Breath of the Wild too. Like I don't think my quest log was ever empty. Yeah, and they're usually pretty quick and satisfying, and you get something for it. And you're like, okay, cool. Like it's really good at keeping you moving, which is I think like if it opens up, it's not in a way that's insurmountable or inscrutable. You're not like, okay, where do I go next? You're always like, I'll just go this direction. And you see a little silly guy who's under a rock, and you're like, haha! Accidentally drop the rock on him. It's like, there's always something. It's great. The only way you can, I mean, Elden Ring, they have the little doodly doodles that lead you from sites of grace to sites of grace. You got the people who are telling you this is a place to go, or this is a secret, or they're just like, if only I had a giant butthole. So there's always something to look at. It's really funny. It's really enjoyable. And everywhere you go, there's something to fight. It's like they give you treasure all the time. They give you things all the time. It's like, I feel like the only way to do it is to just make it so dense that it doesn't really matter where you are. And you can kind of funnel the player to specific spots just inherently. I don't know. It's an aspect of game design that utterly mystifies me. and it seems really, really difficult to engineer. I find game design absolutely fascinating. I think I'd be really, really good at it, but it's really hard to. It's so hard for me to keep my attention on a single project for too long. I mean, why do you think I did the 30-minute animations for so long and then like have such a hard time trying to actually do longer form animations? It's because my attention span is like it deteriorates so rapidly. It's awful. But yeah, like game jams and shit. Every game jam that I've been a part of, most of which with Jose slash Joe Kasai, my homeboy from Brasil. It's Japanese for Brazil. Um, uh, had a really good time and had some really good ideas. It's just like, you know, between time or manpower, they weren't necessarily actualized. But you know, a good idea. I know a good idea when I see it. I'm like, that would have been sick. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be doing some game design shit. It's a little intense from up close, but from a distance, it actually looks pretty fucking good. All right, let's darken the area around the eyes. There we go. It's almost like making an open world game is similar to being a DM. I indicate what my players are going to do, but I have to roll with it no matter what. Yeah. You gotta, yeah, exactly. It's about covering all bases. You have to account for like people being silly. You have to account for people not knowing where to go or what to do. That's looking pretty good, even from far away. I think zooming in is definitely going to be the way to go. I'm going to add one more layer because it's a static emote. Again, I want to really make sure it reads, and I can put as many layers of color as I so desire. If I was trying to do this on an animation, I would probably only do like 4 layers of color. This is like we're already about let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 5 layers deep. See, that's sort of like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I try to treat different surfaces with about the same level of rendering. So everything feels cohesive, like it's under the same lighting. So I'm gonna have to do some stuff to his beard to make it jive with the skin that I have laid down. And another reason why it kind of hits the same way as pixel art is because I don't use opacity whenever I can avoid it. It's all color palette, baby. It's different ways to approach different things. Some people set it up so that they can use masks in a very specific way. Some people have this like crazy fun way to use like gradient maps and shit like that. I'm treating it as if I had like a drawer full of markers. And that is where, it's just I think it might make it transfer better over to analog shit. But I'm sure if people had the fundamentals for colors that I actually lack, Yeah, I just figured out what works for me, right? Like I'm sure if people had the fundamentals for how colors work together, they'd be able to do a lot with any media. Maybe I'll just do this. Nah, that's too much. Oh, it's Esperanza Spalding. She is insane. She's also fun because she's like a tiny little lady and she plays an upright bass. So she's just like dwarfed yet further by the scale of her instrument. She's an incredible musician. Also, she plays upright bass while singing at the same time, which I literally can't fathom being able to do. I don't understand people who could play bass or drums while singing. Every time I'm singing and playing at the same time, it's either strumming or like finger picking a guitar, which is like I can leave. Even finger picking, I have an easier time with than strumming because my wrist can be in the same place and my fingers. I've played video games for my entire life, so I guess that's like fingers are like, oh yeah, yeah, you can do whatever you want while the fingers are moving, right? Sure, why not? Um, I don't know. I guess that makes it easier. It's rather weird though. Most people are like, yeah, no, it's way easier to strum guitar and sing at the same time. It's me. It's like, nah, I'd much rather finger pick. Thanks. Need to season this portion a little bit more. Okay, go here. Elevate that. Pretty good, pretty good. Gonna brighten up this spot right here just a little bit. Kind of ends up having like a rasterized effect. That's what I meant to say, not rasterized. Not Marvel vs. Capcomified. Rasterized. Oh, look, his ear is left alone. I cannot forsake this little ear. I need to add at least a line in there. Come on. Come on, Black.
Get your shit together, Black.
There we go. Looks better. What's the battery looking like? 24? Hell yeah, I think we have enough for the rest of the stream. Great! Hot diggity. That diggity is on fire. Ah. Hot diggity fire. Alright, let's do... Yeah, I think that'll work. Whoa. That should look pretty good. This album is so fucking good. Let's see. That's perfect. That's 25% of that color. Good. It works. Cause you're not fooling anyone. Join the rest of us. It's like I don't usually go for like musicals, rock operas, etc., etc. Um, It's a really, really well put together album that's essentially like a rock opera about capitalist hellscapes. Like it's not subtle. It's a little bit on the nose for what I usually go for lyrically, but like everything in it is all the music in it is so strong that it's irresistible to me. Even if it's like parts of it are not necessarily what I'd usually go for. I jammed on this album for like a week straight. Dude's vocal performance is just absurd too. It's so good. The Deer Hunters vocalist is on another level. I love him. All right, that's. I guess I could do gray details. I definitely leaned into the sort of chestnut brown when really it could have gone more wholeheartedly into the salt and pepper, but we'll see. It'll end up being up to him after a while. See how he feels about it. Okay. That's something I should really learn how to do just for broadening my compositional horizons is learn how to slap bass. Also, it's just a fun thing to be able to do just at will. It's like just start slapping slapper dot brass. I think that's a good investment of time and effort. Hmm. think I might need to do. Usually, when I'm doing eyebrows or mustaches on a cartoony face, I make sure that they pop out by not say like the beard, right, is this layer of darkness and then one, two, three, you know what I mean, higher than that, right? I usually start one color layer higher than the absolute darkest so that they inherently pop out a little bit. Just a little thingy that I do sometimes. I think this is a third of that. Hold on, let me try that again. No. Okay. That is in fact the exact same color. Okay, that's how I got there.
I check my references. Oh, gotta check my references. Okay.
Hmm. I'm gonna try a couple of different options for the actual hair color because I think looking at it, I need to make sure it reads. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon where it's like it's an important rite of passage if you get into uh, painting, coloring, anything to that extent, right? It's an important moment to like study how to get light sources and everything as accurately as possible, right? Because everything you see in cinema, in artwork, everything is lighting and how it affects the end result, how it affects objects, stuff like that. And so understanding how light affects surfaces, how metallic things are, stuff like that, like it's so learning the building blocks of how why things look the way that they do, like the interplay of light and shadow ends up just providing such a good and healthy foundation for how you broach coloring things and what choices you make and stuff like that. Um, but there is a line, right, after you learn the basics, as you know, as that old adage, that old chestnut, right, you got to know the rules before you learn the rules before you can break them. There's like past a certain point, it's like you'd be like you can say like, oh well, that lighting wouldn't be there if you have like a highlight or a backlight or something, and there's no light source in mind or whatever the hell. It's like that's literally what stage lighting is. If you think about it in terms of stage lighting, in addition to what you know about how things would appear, you add another layer onto it for flavor and style, and that's exactly the approach that a lot of people take for reverb in music and stuff like that is you have some for to convey the space. Like you want as dead of a sound as possible to start with, no reverb. You want the room to just have like be like a almost like a vacuum, and then you can treat it however you want. That's how a lot of modern music production works. So it's like you get this is the space you convey some reverb for the room. This is what the space that we're working in looks like. This is how far away the instrument is from you, the listener, and then you have shit on there for flavor. Yes, lighting is huge for pixel art. I've always heard the first rule of pixel art is define your light source. Kenjamin, yes, absolutely. Light source is probably the most important thing for rendering in general. Like, and I'm not just talking about like 3D modeling, like just rendering, making something look the way that it, should, right? You just where's the light source? Where's the light source? I saw somebody use Gordon Ramsay for that once, and it cracks me up. But yeah, it is genuinely so goddamn important. I usually go for just as like a a standby. I do top down or three quarters, and I just like whatever I'm doing. If I'm animating, if I'm drawing, whatever, it's like I kind of know, like you when you get into the habit of like knowing where the light source is, that makes it so that you don't have to think about where you're going to be shading too hard. You're like, oh, okay, I know that it's going to be right here, so I'll do this shape, repeat, repeat, repeat. You know how it behaves, so you know how it's going to behave, even without going onion skin or flipping back and forth between frames incessantly. I still do that because I like to be sure, but like, yeah. Three quarters is so nice. Oh, yeah, my brain went to Batman. Where's the light source? I love Christian Bale for mainly for Howl in Howl's Moving Castle and the fact that he could sweat on command. I haven't seen American Psycho, but everything I've seen of it and the whole story involving that is delightful. I should really see that at some point. But like that was such a bad choice for Batman. Such a bad choice. Shut up, man. That's not a good. That's a fucking awful choice. I don't know if it was his choice or the director's or what, but I don't think that should have happened. Just my 2 cents there. Like what the fuck do I know? But like objectively, it seems like a bad one. Of course, what's for breakfast? Your spirit or your body? I like my a friend of mine saw it in theaters, and he cracked up because when Bane said, "I was curious which would break first, your spirit or your body," he heard him say, "Yeah, buddy," break his fucking break Batman's back over his knee. Yeah, buddy. It's such an inappropriate thing to say, especially in like the gritty Christopher Nolan Batman universe. God, that shit was funny though. Yeah, a lot of meme voices. It is cartoony, basically. It was a hell of a choice. Very strange choice. Oh man, fucking love this song. Both Lewis Cole and Genevieve Artadi are absolute agents of chaos. So it's just like them together is insane. They make the craziest fucking music. I really like the way this looks. I'm gonna have to make that different version with the more gray forward hair, but I think it's pretty strong. I'm gonna fuck around with different sizings and where to put the WTF in question. I'm gonna make that. It's fun. It's like I don't know something about the impact font, man. I actually really like it. I don't know if it's like a meme font or what. I feel like people use it for memes all the time, but I really like it for that reason. Honestly, it's something about it. It just like something about it. It feels like it feels very zeitgeisty. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe is it like a millennial thing? Is it like in all of the fucking Rage comics and shit from the dark days? It's so good, right? It's so like something about it. Hey, why are you doing this, man? Hold on a second. Ah, there we go. Probably gonna smear shit. The second you kern it, it looks weird. Okay. I want a more rosy gold. There we go. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see. I'm gonna duplicate it. Duplicate it. Rasterize. Beep. All right. You can kind of see what I do to. I call it leapfrogging um, across the palette, right? So like one, two, three. You can kind of see the little things jiggling. I'm starting. This is my starting point here. The palette is made to hue shift, so the color changes as it's getting brighter or darker. So you add more color to your color, basically, right? So you're getting darker, then it's like, oh, it'll work, and it all kind of tempers around this sort of dark blue at the corner over here, repeated in different ways down the various color families that I set up. So I have a full range and then the exact opposite of that range to maximize contrast as much as humanly possible, mathematically and visually. It feels so good, I must tell you. So yeah, so I'm starting here. Usually when I'm doing something like this, it's like higher contrast cartoony piece. Um, I leapfrog, which just means I skip. So see where sort of in. I can't really zoom in on Procreate on the onto the palettes, but we're at the see Vim and Vigor 2. You see that right there? That's where I'm at right now. The little jiggly boy right there. Beep boop bop. And I skip one to get to the next color that I'm working with. See how it's like really nice high contrast? And then I skip one more, and there we go. You see, that's like super high contrast, looks fucking amazing from far away. That's sort of like one of my little tricks. Sometimes if I'm doing something less shiny or lower contrast, I just go straight down the list, the little palette. But I have it set up for my workflow. And I think it's really important for artists to figure out, worry less about what you should do, what you're supposed to do, and figure out what works for you in your own personal style. I love this crunchy brush too. It's so nice. Just adding a little highlight across the top, making sure all the edges are nice. It's crunchy. Mmm. Oh boy, it's so crunchy. Making a little depth. I don't know why they taught it to us when I was in like second grade, but for some reason they taught us how to draw. The immediate phrase that came to mind was manga, but that is not what they taught me. In fact, it's how to draw manga. Growing up in the '90s and early 2000s, that is, of course, very immediate as the example comes to mind. But they taught us how to do like the 3D font, like the bevel, like a handful of different fonts for whatever reason. And that, like, I'm still doing the shit that they taught me even back then. It was so important. They just taught it to us in like second or third grade, you know, like the things with the, hold on a sec, let me remove it. Like this right here, right, where you do like I'm drawing a W or whatever, right? Right, super, super quick and dirty just for the example. But like this right here, right? Boom, boom, boom. You just draw the lines and make sure they're all going the same way, and boom. That's literally the basis for fucking 3D drawing. Like drawing something that looks three-dimensional and stuff like that. And you do like, oh, you do this side darker, and you do this one slightly darker, or at least a different color, right? And it's like literally that's like so important. Cheese. mm. You know, I do like a good cheese. But yeah, like, I love that they taught us that shit. Oh, fuck. Wrong brush. Bring back my quanch. One thing I'm trying to get better at is making sure I account for the grain. Hell yeah, I do that for my video title card images. Exactly. They taught us that, like, really early. It was great. And I don't remember even the reason for it. Like, why? Why were we learning about that? I don't know. Second grade, you gotta have something. There was also, I guess they were just starting to, like, try to implement any kind of progressive teaching in any capacity. And it was during the 90s, so, like, it was a tough crowd for that specific thing with everything. Everybody would be like, oh, that's gay. You know what I mean, right? Like, and they did this thing where it was like, they're like, they grouped us all. Okay, like, so just imagine this, right? They take these small children, about, I think second or third, I think it was third grade. These mostly boys, right? And they're like, I think it was all boys actually, and they grouped us all together in groups of 6, and they were like, so you're wondering why we did this. I wanted to tell, like, this is like a study shows that 1 out of every 6 boys is gay. And what happens? Everybody's like, oh, Nathan. And I was like, shut up, man, what the fuck? Right? And like, everybody knew. I knew. I'm not straight. Everybody knew I wasn't straight. Everybody knew I was like a weird and also gay kid. Like, you know, but like, damn, bitch, what was the goal here? What? What the hell? You're gonna put me on blast like this in my own classroom? That shit is actively hilarious looking back, but also like, what the fuck? Was the goal to get like one specific kid outed and then bullied? Because that's kind of what happened. The goal was shade. Well, it was achieved. God damn. It was just such a casual, impersonal thing to just like ostracize people for being vaguely homosexual. And it's like, it was like, dude, like, calling me like a slur or whatever in elementary school, and then like in middle school, it's like, oh hey man, how's the drawing? I'm like, wouldn't you like to know, David? Fucking, you think I forgot about that, dude? What the fuck? But it's just like, it was so casual. It was just a part of everybody's vocabulary back then. C'est la vie. So weird, man. Do you think it was really random, or did they pick the fruitiest kids and distribute them? I don't know. I don't know. I definitely met that freshness quota. I'll tell you what. Yeah, damn, like if it was an attempt at inclusion, they failed hard. It was really dumb. And then like I don't know if it was the same exercise or a similar setup, but they also had us like tape our hands in some capacity as like now try to be left-handed. Think about how difficult it is to be left-handed or to be left-handed and to use the right hand, your right hand if you're forced to do it or whatever the fuck. It was just a lot of really weird, like kind of misguided, kind of like progressive in theory, but really just kind of like useless. It's really funny. Like that was back when they thought Dare was a good idea. Exactly. Boy, Dare was a program that was at schools. Boy, howdy, it sure was. Fucking Dare, dude. It's so funny. It's actually hilarious how many of those programs just did the exact opposite. Because like with Dare, it was like they treated marijuana cigarettes with the same level of severity and like demonization as they did other uh hard drugs like cocaine and shit. So it was like gave these people these crazy stigmas and impressions and like, oh man, I gotta stay away from that shit. I don't want to turn into a giant cartoon slug, right? And then like, well, if they get peer pressured, you know, like everybody says avoid peer pressure, but like it's really fucking hard to avoid that as a teenager, right? And then like if you get peer pressured into trying marijuana and it doesn't do shit, like then people are just like, oh, I guess cocaine's no big deal. OD. It's like, dude, you did the exact opposite with your cartoon lion horse shit. Guess I'll sniff glue. Right. Good God, it's so funny. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Centered. I'm also going to try with just straight up white. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you like it and think it looks dope. It's a smidge lost small. I agree. I agree. I'm gonna adjust fill layer. Let me see how it looks. Not white unless I add some kerning. Let's experiment with some font. Yeah, yeah, black drop shadows. Give me a sec. Let me go ahead and duplicate this real quick because I do like the gold a lot. Let's do one of my favorite things, which is so here's what I'm gonna do real quick, right? I take the darkest color that I have, right? I fill that, right? Remove alpha lock, Gaussian blur, and I increase it just a little bit, right? Usually 5 to 10. If it doesn't show up, I duplicate it. Boop. Already adds a lot of separation to it. And if I want to add an angle, right, you could just scoot it. See that? And it's the kind of thing that will show up really hard far away. Oh, let me remove the selector. Yeah. Yo, you use the, thank you. I'm glad you like the gold. I appreciate it. Yo, do you ever use sample size tools? Have a website I plug my images into to see how the emote reads. That's awesome. Does it work for it works for non-pixel art, right? Oh, I would love that. Yeah, please drop the link in check this shit out in the Discord. That'd be great. Cause I love it. Cause I just do this. Actually, Stream is super helpful for that exact purpose. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try a couple different versions of it. One specifically for Twitch emotes. That's awesome. I'm gonna go back to when I had it centered. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this. 15 minutes left. Okay, and I'm going to, this is all one thing, which is great. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scoot this up. I'm gonna put these in the same group. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna delete that because it doesn't need to be. No, I think it's gonna delete the whole thing. Let's put these all in the same situation here. Those are together. I'm gonna scoot these up right. Whoop. Hey, what happened to you guys? Should be in the same group. Doot doot. All right, I think I must have had the wrong thing selected. There we go. All right, I'm going to put it over his face for a second. I'm going to go ahead, crop the canvas real quick, make sure that these are connected so that it all maintains. Okay. All right. I definitely need it to be squatter. I can't have it too small. I think that would ruin the effect. So I'm going to try to distort it. The lighting should still work just fine. W getting a little bit too big for its britches there. All right. I have to try a different font, but that's okay. That will take no time at all. Oh, did it get cut off? No? Okay, good. It's still a text image. So even though fucking Procreate cuts things off when they're below, when they're off the actual active canvas, text still works okay, which is great. Dunyan rings. There's a good chance that we do, Jack. Okay, cool, cool. All right, let's get this bread. Hold on a second. Let's see. Nah, it's a little too cheesy. I like typewriter a lot. I like it a lot. I usually either use typewriter. Something about it, I think because it was used in like Law and Order and shit, there's something about it that like, and it was used in a lot of shit for so long. I think it hits very specifically. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I really like using it. I use it a lot. Okay, let me go ahead and make it bigger, less kerned. It's a delicate art. I'm definitely more of a designer than a typist. That's okay. Oh, perfectly center. I know snapping isn't for everybody. I really like snapping. Pushing it as hard as I can. There we go. All right, let's try that. Let's get it. I have two different options that I can go back and forth between. I think I should have no problem finishing this in the about 10 minutes I have left. My webcam keeps going blep. It's weird. It's like it's blinking while looking at me. Not at all strange or upsetting. All right, let's do a bigger grain of the crunch. What the fuck? That's. Ah, yes, camera blinks. Totally normal. Yeah, just like your microphone breathing, right? Your microphones breathe, right? It's perfectly normal. The guy at the Radio Shack I thought was closed down told me that microphone breathing was normal. Just hearing breath in the microphone when you're not talking, it's totally fine. Funnily enough, when I went back to that same Radio Shack, it was just an empty lot. Isn't that weird? Well, I'm sure it's nothing. Okay, but now I need an ARG around cursed podcast equipment. Hell yeah. Okay, I just got an idea for a little Bleck animation. If you have the Bleck big eye blink TM, and then it switches to looking at the webcam that has just one big eye and blinks back. Oh, I will do with that what I will. It's also a reuse of assets, so it is very economical. I will consider. Let's try that. I love this gold that ends up here in this pile. It's really yummy. Yummy. I'm Sandra Late. Let's get cooking. Delicious, 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 delicious. I love it. I mentioned it on stream once already, so I won't burden you with it. But goddamn, it is hilarious. Shiny. Yeah, once we add the drop shadows to this, it'll hit pretty well. Impact is always good, but a little too vertical in this case. I think it would be the wrong choice for the amount of space that I have. Sandra Lee sounds like George Bush Sr. almost. Stay the course, 1,000 points of light. Cocktail time. This is just straight vodka. It helps me outrun my litany of sins. Ah, I fucked it up. Ah, I think I'm gonna leave the shading, the deeper shading off. I shouldn't laugh. It only encourages you. Yeah, but if you didn't find out it was funny, then I wouldn't have married you, and vice versa. So it's not your fault I'm hilarious. The marriage, dude, we've talked about it before when you were like looking at the marriage studies shit, where it's like, yeah, laughter and sense of humor is the glue that holds a relationship together. I was like, damn, no wonder we're so close. We're always laughing at each other's antics. Just constantly. I can't imagine being in a relationship where I'm not like constantly yucking it up with my home girl or boy or whatever we are. You know what I mean? It's important, especially for me. I can't imagine being serious. Well, in general, right? Blanket statement. No, but like I can't imagine being like austere and like and unfeeling, unlaughing with like my SO. That shit sounds bleak, dude. No, thank you. That's not correct. The logo has a different lighting source than the actual drawing itself by choice. I did this on purpose. Leave me be. Part of that is actually legit because metal has a grain upon which light bounces off and just travels across. So it does kind of behave differently than it can potentially behave differently than other things in the environment. More importantly, though, in this case, I don't give a hoot, and I wanted to look this specific way. And that is always valid. If you have the option and you want something, you choose instead to do something a specific way because it feels right. If you know the rules, you are entitled to break them. In my humble layman ass opinion. Okay. Let's do some drop shadows. Mic drop shadows. Highly recommend naming your palettes. It's very, very helpful. It's not just a goofy extra thing. I can immediately say like, oh, that looks like it should be here on Vim and Vigor, or hey, it's right here on, like, Guts and Glory, that kind of thing, right? Let's duplicate that, minimize that, and then we'll have an option between. We go 5. Okay. I think I can shrink that ever so slightly and it would still read, but let me just group this up real quick to make 100. No, don't merge. Don't do it. Yeah. I want it to be like real small. Let's try with like a dark gray. It's already dark gray, but let's try with like a black background. Or as close as we get to black. It's not bad. It needs a little seasoning, and I'm gonna try different hair colors and stuff too. But let me try this real quick, just before I go. I love that kind of like blurred effect that just makes it look like it's glowing. It's really great. I use that shit all the fucking time. It does look cool. I love adding that to gold. It feels very like Thundercats, like the intro. It's like, you know what I mean? Like the sort of blurred effect that they added to a lot of old school animation. Vaseline lens looking ass. It does kind of make it pop, but not legibly. You know what I mean? As a drawing, it does look pretty tasty with the blur, but it makes it harder to read, so I don't think it's a good choice. All right, I can season this on my own time. It was great to get a start on it on stream with y'all. You could see a little bit of my process and maybe get tantalized for potential future commissions and such. I know everybody in chat is an artist, so maybe not you guys, but who knows? Somebody watching this might be interested. Prices are very reasonable. I won't tell you what they are because they're subject to change, and I don't want people to be like, you said on stream it was been, you know what I mean? Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you for hopping along for another Visual Wednesday. Happy that this stream, that the iPad stayed charged long enough for the entire stream. That was a pleasant surprise. Yes, it is absolutely so important. I saw that now, just now, Kenj. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Before I go, just a few things about me if you are not privy. My name is Nathan Blackwood, aka Blackwood. I am an artist, animator, musician, and gamer. Used to do Music Mondays every Monday, but now my headphones are broken, so I need your help getting a new pair, because repairing these ones would be just as expensive as getting a new pair. Might as well start from scratch. Treat these real nice and real carefully. But we're 30% of the way to the goal. If you check on the little link that Maximoth just posted for Ko-fi, that's where you get all my commission prices. That's where you can donate if you are very, very generous and have the means to do it. Really appreciate it, but would love to do some work with you. I have a few slots available still. Would love to make some shit happen for you. If you don't see anything you're looking for right away, just shoot me a DM and we can work something out. Anywho, next stream will be this Friday, which, if I'm not mistaken, is March. Is that right? It's the start of March, or are we not quite there yet? Oh, it's the 28th, so the last day of February. I'll figure out something to do for I think I'm doing Friday night faves for this month. We'll figure out something to do by then. If you are interested in joining a very, very wonderful Discord server full of nice, talented, fun people, join the Blecking crew. Also, link posted there in by Maximoth. It is a growing community. Link is broken again. Tits and ass. Well, ask me for a link if you want in. It's Blackfood just like it is here. I'm a fool. Anyway, I'll fix that eventually. Y'all have a wonderful day. Join the Black and Crew if you want to enjoy weekly stuff hosted by local members. We got a movie night showing up. We got all sorts of goodies. There you go. That's a new link if you're lurking and you want to join. Thank you so much, Maximoth. I will have to go ahead and fix that after the stream. I love y'all. I will not go on any longer. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on Friday for something. Take care. Bye.
Fix that like 2 days later. Is it down in Bigford?
Yep.